So I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, a few elders. Of course, a few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, this past week at camp, I didn't get to shoot it live this past weekend, but I do have a lot of footage I'm going to be uploading here later today. We had a scoffer come up, a Christian, and you could tell he had zeal, but not according to understanding. And he was so gung ho about salvation being for everybody, which it's not. Once just since the Lord's opened our eyes, we know that specific group of people. And one of the things that goes over the Christians' heads, is that hold on, that salvation, the promises, all this. Let's just go get it in Romans 9. They try to insert all the other nations into it, but we have to explain it time and time again that it's not so. All right, so when you go to Romans 9, let's go to it real quick. Let's just start at 4. Well, we'll start at 3. Romans 9 and 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from the Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Okay? Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants with an S, meaning both. All right? And the giving of the law. All right? And the service of God and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom concerning the flesh, the Mashiach came, who is over all, so be it. All right? Who is over all, God bless forever, so be it. You're gonna have to be quiet while I'm in here, okay? All right. Now, they say, what did the guy say? He said, well, look, man, it talks about the whole world, this, and that, and we go to John 3:16. This is why it's important to look up the languages. You have to know the history and why, we have to preach unto all nations. That's not including the other nations. It goes into the diaspora. Now, let me actually go to John 7:35, because we brought this out, but it seemed like it was going right over his head when we read it. Now, when you go to John 7, verse, and if somebody, because I ask a lot of, can put John 7:35, I think in the NLT, it makes it plain. Might be NLT or like the ESV, I don't know. But when you read John 7:35, it says this. It says, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed, talking about the diaspora, because we were scattered into every nation of the heaven, because we were sent into captivity for our disobedience. If you do not know the history, then things like this can get misconstrued, which is why the Apocrypha was taken out. Hundreds of years of our history was taken out so that this lie can be formulated. So when people read it, it may seem to some who are unlearned that the Lord is including other nations into the promises, into the covenants, but he's not. Okay, let's read this John 7:35 once more. Okay, it says, then said the Jews among themselves, all right? So that's John 7:35 in the KJV, right? I think in the NLT or one of those versions, it says it makes it plain that it's not, when it says Gentiles, that it's talking about Israelites that are living in those lands. All right, the brothers read it at camp. I don't know what verse he put it from, but it was like, whoa, that makes it undisputable. All right, but John 7:35 again, and I even put it up on the screen for you guys since the brother put it up. Let me click it. All right, there you go. Now, John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we should not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Because there were Israelites living in these lands. There were Israelites thinking they were Greeks. There were Israelites thinking they were of these other nations and keeping those practices. So the same way, we're a prime example of that here in Babylon. Before you came into the truth, you thought you were just an American. Not so. You learn about your true heritage. You learn about how you're truly supposed to conduct yourself according to the instructions of Yahweh Shah. And he found it, the water for it. It's in the NLT. So let me put this version up, okay? Because when we read it, let's read it one more time here. All right? This is John 7:35 in the NL. It says the Jewish, you know, you guys know what it is. It's Jews, okay? The Jews, the leaders of the Jews, right, were puzzled by this statement. Where is he planning to go? They asked. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands? Okay, so that's the big mystery that Christians don't get. When the scriptures are saying Gentiles, there's two different Gentiles. You got the Hellenists, okay, those Israelites that grew up in these other lands keeping those customs, and then you have the actual heathen nations. But here, and when it talks about speaking to the Gentiles, it's talking about those Hellenized Jews. The same way you're an Americanized Jew here in today's society. Before you knew about this truth, before you knew about your heritage, you just thought you were American or black or African American, right? It's none of those things. Your heritage is not supposed to take you back to a land. So that's what the Christians don't get, and they try to hinge and hold on to that lie. If he would have just got that one concept, he would realize, a lot of the striving that he was doing really made no sense. And what made me not even want to deal with the guy anymore is he said, he put me at camp and he pointed, he said, you telling me that white woman over there can't receive salvation? And who are we to even say that? Because that's a skin color. We never talk about skin color. We may use that for edification's sake so you know who we're talking about. But there are going to be Israelites that look like every nation, man. The seed goes by your father. We know that pursuant to Numbers 1 and 18. Okay? So, hands down, salvation isn't for everybody. In the kingdom, Israelites are going to be in rulership, and other nations are going to be subject unto them. Okay? The same way everybody, is subject to this devil on this side. He's in his heaven. But in our heaven, it's going to be ruled righteously, and the kingdom is going to be 1,000 times better, 1,000,000 times better than what's going on here today. Because the wicked are in the throne. All right? So the people are mourning. All right? Even though we're in rulership, after the nations serve their captivity and then go back into their lands, there's going to be peace on the earth, man. People are going to be rejoicing because righteous judgment is going to be going forth. Hands down, and it's plain. Okay, so that's what they miss. And that's what throws a lot of people off. They think it's a skin color thing when it's not. The Lord created specific people to be the wicked. And at the end of his movie, they lose. That's what we're going into. That's what we're speaking about. But instead of, Jake's in Christianity hearing the good news and being excited about, wow, salvation is for me. I don't have to live in this condition forever. My descendants are going to live in this condition forever. They want to sit there and fight and combat with us about why can't my oppressor be saved? Why can't the oppressor be saved that shoots us down? That has systematically created the system to where we're bound to fail, no matter what level of success we reach. That's why you see people, no matter what level of success they reach in this society, they really have no power over it. The devil could dismantle anybody, no matter what level of success they reach in the society. They can shut it down. And that's the curse. They don't even acknowledge that they're under the curse. So there's a lot of things that, people in Christianity don't get. And because they have that lack of knowledge, like the scriptures say, they're going to be destroyed, man. It is what it is. Now, Levon Hodge puts up, let me go down to these comments so I can look at some of them. I'll read this first. It's Kazaki puts up Isaiah 1 and 3. Okay? And that reads, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. Israel doth not know, my people, they doth not consider. My people don't consider why they're in the predicament that they're in. They don't consider the prophecies of the other scriptures. They don't consider these things. When they're brought upon their face, instead of them thinking about it, processing it, they literally reject it, and they get even frustrated. And we saw that in real time. And you guys will see it as well as I upload those clips later tonight, or you probably watched it on the brother's page. But you saw in real time that this man wasn't stupid. It wasn't that he was intellectually incapable of comprehending what we were saying to him. The Lord actually was blocking him from getting it. There was nothing that we could do about it. And when you guys see the clips later, man, it'll be a perfect example unto, and don't waste your time with somebody who just can't get it. If they're meant to get it, they will. If they don't, move on. And that's one of the the mantras or the mottos that our apostles and elders have passed down unto us. If they don't get it, move on. All right. I'm gonna go into greater detail on this lesson, on this subject, got clips and all these different things, but I'm gonna end that right here. I'm gonna wait till I get home. I need to get to my computer, but Lord willing, a little snippet I gave you guys, or the Lord allowed me to give, was edifying, and hopefully I get to upload all the fullness of all the clips that I got this past week. And I know I didn't get the live stream camp. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna give all praises once again to Yahweh, by Shemi Abshai, by Shemi Kakiyash. I'm gonna give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I'm gonna say shalom to all the brothers and of course the sisters who are showing this truth and sincerity. All right, and blessing of